whenever.
5:30 or
It's
something.
not working?
Yeah, it's working. For some reason, the video is not on.
Okay, and I can call the meeting to order.
Yes, you can.
Okay, good evening. We'll call a special meeting of council to order at 5:30. Moved by Councillor Steve Featherstone, seconded by Councillor Jason Corbett, that the special meeting of council be open at 5:30 PM. All in favor? Carried. And then next, is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof? Hearing none, we'll move forward to the report from the Public Works Manager, read the tender and quote results for a Development Road reconstruction project. So we have the report, and I guess I'll ask if anyone has any comments or questions. I'll go first to Dan.
Oh, I'm happy to see that it's within budget this time. I mean, yeah, no, I'm happy to see it's in budget. I mean, I still think there's room for improvement on it, but it's within budget.
We're not over budget.
No.
That's the good thing. Donna?
Sure. So I guess the question for me then is, how much do we want to save, right? Because there's two options for savings, which is good. We're not dipping into the reserves. I do have a few questions because you say that the staff are not comfortable doing some of the work. Right, complete the surface. So there's one where we do all the work and that's the most savings, right? And then there's one where we someone else does the pulverizing, grading, and yeah. So my problem or my concern is that we just spent close to $600,000 on a grader, and now we're paying someone to come in and grade. So as a taxpayer, you need to tell me exactly why that we have to do this, and why can't we be using our very expensive equipment for this job. I do have some other questions too. So I know that there were reports 2020. So have you tendered other jobs for the township for roads?
Yes, we have.
Okay, similar to this?
Yes, we have.
Okay, and so always outside people doing, always outside people. So there's no talent in-house to do this.
That's not the case, that there is talent in-house to do this. However, the talent was never used. The talent we do have that is has enough seniority has never been able to use that talent to do road construction. So we are not familiar with doing the final grade and compaction ratings that OPS standards require for chip seal or for asphalt. As in the history of Public Works, they've never done road construction. They've only done maintenance.
For this municipality?
That's true.
Okay, for this municipality. Okay. And I guess that is clear somewhere that we outsource. So why did we buy a grader if we outsource everything?
Because you only outsource construction. You do not outsource maintenance.
Okay. And how much do we pay for the engineer?
$250 an hour. And he's in our operating budget as well. So we do have a budget for our engineer services. $7,500.
Councilor McGinnis, how much do you pay for an engineer?
We don't.
Your municipality. So
We
you don't use an engineer at all?
No. Not unless it's like something catastrophic, like, no, we don't.
Do you have a budget for an engineer?
No.
Okay.
Okay, Jason?
I have no questions.
Steve?
Me neither. I mean, this is so outside of the realm of my knowledge and expertise, but I mean, it is under budget. It's a project that we wanted done. I know that we're up a little bit against timelines with weather and seasonal changes. So as long as we're within budget, I'm fairly comfortable.
Okay. I'm of the opinion that especially when we're spending over $500,000, I want somebody in there that has the knowledge to do the roads. And even though we do have public works people, if they haven't done that sort of thing, then I'm satisfied with going the other way with the people that have the experience to do it. So there is a motion here, and I'm going to read the motion. Moved by Councillor Featherstone, seconded by Councillor McGuinness. Whereas the tenders for the development road project for a general contractor were defeated by council as they were over budget, and whereas council directed staff to request quotes with the township as the general contractor and to use township resources to complete the project. Therefore, the Public Works Manager recommends to council that Greenwood Paving be awarded the pulverizing, Evan Hughes Contracting be awarded the application of gravel, and that Duncor be awarded the application of the surface treatment, as well as finishing work at a total cost of $522,002.34, not including provisional items. All in favor? Carry.
Excuse me, Mrs. Mayor. I would just like to say that to inform the public that the Public Works Department is responsible for all the work to do with the pulverizing, all the work with application of the gravel and the compaction of the gravel, that the Public Works Department is not doing the finishing grade, the finishing compaction. So we are participating in this project, just not that finishing work.
And obviously, this is a project that is going to go on multiple years to
That's right.
finish the whole road. Is there a way that we can somehow train our staff in the future so that a year from now, 2 years from now, we're maybe in a better position?
I totally agree. We are sending one operator for grader training in September. So we are starting the process to get into that position.
Because, I mean, we gotta realize this council is expecting a whole lot more than what's been going on the last 8 years, 10 years. Like, we're looking for a lot more work to be accomplished in-house to keep the costs down, because we have big agendas to get done.
And also, according to the bylaw, and for us to get back on track, the next capital budget is coming to council in November. So that this is not going to happen in September next year. It's going to happen, the tender's going out in March or, much earlier. So if we start the clock earlier, we're not going to be in this bind again next year. So.
I mean, obviously paying this much to fix any portion of the road, we want it done properly. We don't want any issues, after the winter and things like that. So we need to be conservative for sure and make sure that it's done right. But eventually it'd be nice to be able to do more on our own with our own staff.
And the staff is totally excited.
Perfect.
They've basically not had the opportunity to do it, and they're like totally on board and stoked
It's
about
good.
being participating in these projects.
I mean, yeah, it'd be a big feather in your caps. You can do these jobs. I mean, it'll bring, I would think, morale up to see what, look, we did this.
Exactly.
But-
We appreciate the ability to do that.
I think we just need to work smarter, not harder, though, right? So if we can find efficiencies, that's what we need to be doing, is finding efficiencies.
I mean, we got a lot of roads and not a lot of budget, so.
Yeah. And also, this is the biggest chunk of money in our budget. So if we're going to find efficiencies, it's going to be here. It's going to be in this department that we're going to be looking to save money.
I thank staff for going back and after we didn't follow through with what we had asked you in the originally because we were way over budget. And I thank you for going back and bringing what you're bringing to us now. Thank you. And what time is it?
5:40. It's not your record, but it's not too bad.
It's not the record.
Moved by Councillor Featherstone, seconded by Councillor Clark, that this special meeting of council be adjourned at 5:40 p.m. All in favor? Carried.